Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I go by the name Solo. Welcome back to Solo Driven, day 2 on Project Angry Snake. If you missed last week's video, go ahead and check it out. I'll leave a link right here. Actually, haven't done this in a while, so right here. I think it's right here. I don't know. If you happen to miss last week's video, we upgraded to the AFCO GT500 dual pass, dual fans, heat exchanger, along with the brand new water pump. This looks really good. I'm super satisfied with it. It looks so aggressive. Now we move on to the second step. Now we're gonna be removing the supercharger, the stock Eaton supercharger, today in this video, and hopefully we can get all the stuff transferred to the new supercharger, which if you haven't seen that video where I bought the new supercharger and I talk about the new supercharger, link right here. Now here is the factory Eaton supercharger. I believe this is a 1.8 liter supercharger, and the one that we have now is the 2.3, so that's gonna make drastic improvement for horsepower gains, and it's gonna match the engine bay a lot more since I'm going with a black and red theme. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so before I continue, I want to show y'all real quick. This is the struggle when taking this lower manifold off. There is a wire harness, that fat one right there, this big boy right here, that has an attachment right here where my index finger is at. This right here is why we have trouble when trying to remove the supercharger with the lower intake manifold. This right here, you kind of have to pry it out, I guess, upward. And this is the bottom of the intake manifold. So I just wanted to share that with y'all because yeah, this is a pain in the rear right now. All I did was turn the lower intake manifold around and it exposed what was holding that and preventing this whole piece from coming out. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that and we can take a look at the catastrophe of oil I have under there. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I see nothing but oil. What a regret. Now, obviously, this is very dirty. This has obviously a lot of oil residue that should not be that bad. This is a product from not having a catch can. So let's go over here and take a look at the intercooler, which is completely trashed and gunked up. It's pretty bad. So, you know, there's really nothing I can do about that other than clean it and maintain it from here on out. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit it with some stuff that my buddy Alex recommended called Awesome. We pulled off his blower not too long ago and it was spotless, and he had been running that car and that blower and that intercooler for several months, and it looked brand new. So we're gonna go ahead and attempt that on this one today. I don't expect it to look as good as his, but I do for sure it's gonna take off some of this gunk. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna pull the intercooler apart from the supercharger and go ahead and clean this bad boy up along with the lower manifold, and we're gonna wipe all this stuff down here by hand and try and get it as clean as possible. So without further ado, let's go. check that out. That is crazy. This stuff works absolutely amazing. Of course, I need to get some of this gasket off. I'm not really gonna worry about this until tomorrow. We're gonna let all this stuff dry off. Obviously, it has a little bit of water. I wanna make sure that everything inside dries, and then we'll install it on the new blower. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And just like that, we're back with round 2, and I did some off-camera cleaning. Now, the intercooler came out really good. I went ahead and scuffed everything up right here along the supercharger and the intercooler just to get all that excess gasket that was left on here. And also, we're gonna be trying to install this. I've had this for years. Lightning Force Performance Head Cooling Mod. Hopefully we can get this in today. And as I was saying, I did some off-camera cleaning, and check that out. That looks really good as opposed to how it was before. This was all black. I had all sorts of gunk in there as well in the valley. I was able to clean it up all really nicely, and also right here on the timing cover. Not perfect, nor do I want it to be perfect. I was just trying to get it to look a little better than what it was. So we are moving at a very fast pace. So without further ado, let's get to work.
Player, stop playing!
Oh man, it is bad. What's going on? And just like that, we have everything assembled. The supercharger is pretty much ready to go and just be dropped back in. Everything has been torqued to spec. And also we have the intercooler housing that cleaned up very nicely with brand new O-rings from Ford. All the gaskets that I'm using for this build are gonna be Ford OEM only, minus some very few gaskets like the VMP supercharger to plenum gasket. Little things like that will be from VMP, but everything else Ford specific. And also we installed the head cooler mod, and that is ready to go. So no more baby supercharged Eaton from here on out. Tune in next week where we continue with the 700 horsepower Project Angry Snake build. But anyways guys, that's gonna end today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to help my channel grow. Smash that like button to support this channel. And remember, be motivated, stay driven.